Hello, greetings and welcome everyone to Cabin Fever Crochet and Beyond. I'm Helene on a gorgeous afternoon here in northeastern Washington State. Wow, it's sure been a while again since I saw you last. Time of year to get things done and just extra busy with life than usual lately, but I'm juggling it all and doing as much as I'm able to when I'm able. So I wanted to pop in. I have a few things to show you today. I hope you're doing well, beating the heat. Yeah, it's been toasty in a lot of places. And cooled down about 10 degrees since last Friday when I worked the farmer's market and introduced a new hat pattern that I have a tutorial coming soon, but I already have the written pattern up in my Etsy shop for those of you who like written patterns, want to get started. It's pretty self-explanatory, 4 pages, but I used a little bit larger print, put bold in the repeat sections and then the different sections of the hat pattern. It's worked all in one piece, but I break it down to cap portion, band, and brim. Pretty easy hat. I would say either very confident beginner crocheter or novice crocheter friendly. And as always, just like with my tutorials, I break it down step by step. I go over the supplies, recommended materials, and I always include a link to my tutorial, which will have the timestamp. And as I wrote on here, coming soon when the tutorial is up, so I will add that at a later date. And then if you are watching this for the first time after my tutorial is already posted, then the link will be in the drop-down description section, the show notes, and here pinned at the top in the comments section. So if I have any additional information in all of my videos, just look for it in either one or both of those places, and that's where I'll add a little bit of extras there. So, and I also went into Michael's Hobby Lobby, which is right next door, so I have some news on that. And I popped into Joann looking for a little specific part to a tool, and then went through their yarn aisle real quick, and I was amazed how much new and really interesting yarn that they have. I wish I had time to film. I did not, because I was like, oh my goodness, oh, this is so exciting. I wanted to show at least what we have in our store. But anyway, just to let you know, lots of new yarn. If you have a Joann near you, maybe you've already been in and seen it. If you haven't, I think it's worth checking out, or just go online and type in yarn and take a little time and look through, and you'll see them. Of course, nothing like seeing in person, but anyway, maybe next time I go, I'll have a little more time to film. And this is a hat, actually, I had up a tutorial for it 4 years ago, and it's been up until just recently. And I went ahead and took that down because I took the same pattern, I redesigned it a little bit to give a bit more structure to the brim. So you can wear it where it is curved up like that. You can push it back on your head, bring it down, have the front come down just a little bit more, and also in the back it curves up too, and that way it keeps it from bumping on the back of your head if you're sitting in a chair. But you can also bring the back down if you want more sun coverage for the back of your neck. And it is wire free, and so it's totally packable. This one I worked in a Cascade yarn, discontinued. It came in a cake and mercerized cotton, and it had a unique name. I don't think it was Serendipity, but kind of something like that. It was rather a wordy name to it, and I don't recall the name. It was really nice cotton. So I had one cake left, and this self-cinch tie I usually wear in the back, but because I put a little bow, I thought that was pretty cute on the side, and I used a different yarn for that, and that is optional, but it's great because even though there are a couple of adjustments within the pattern itself where you can customize the size to fit your head even a little bit more, but because I designed this with the self-cinch tie, if you want to make it, it's super easy to make. It just adds more versatility to fit a range of head sizes, but also like when the wind picks up, if you need to cinch that, anchor that down a little bit more, this really comes in handy. And you can use cording, ribbon, yarn, a different type of fiber. Doesn't have to be the same, single strand, double strand together. And it's just a chain, chain with a couple of little large hole beads at the end. And I'll go over all of that in the tutorial. And I gave a detailed instruction here in the pattern itself. All right, so that is in my Etsy shop. Oh, and it's called Sunny Cove Brimmed Crochet Sun Hat, packable and wire free. So you can see, shaking my head. I mean, it really does stay up. Stays up better than my original version. And this one I worked in Caron cotton cakes in the color Rose Whisper. I think it's a pretty neutral color. I like that. And so, and that's what it looks like when it's flat. So yeah, you just roll it up, like that. Pop it in your bag. Keep one in your glove box, your card, your purse, and away you go. All right, so second up to show you the new Caron Blossom Cakes that I got. Yes, I've been on a yarn diet for a while with an exception here and there, and this is one of them because I love all the colors. I have most of them when they first came out. I was so sad and disappointed that they had discontinued the denim color and that beautiful coral to pink mix. So not only are the majority, other than those two, of the original colors back, so now they have in new ones. I got 3 and then I took pictures and laid them out on the shelf, so you'll see of the new ones that they had in stock at my Michael's, but there's shelf edging for a few more. So I'm really excited. I didn't want to go bonkers and get too many to start because I'd like to see what they get in. But I've checked twice now and just last night on the website, and the new colors are not listed yet. So the first one up, and I have a large, it's more than a swatch. I have a large square of this to show you how it works up. So here it is, what's left of it in the cake. All right, and even though it's not denim, it still reads a lot of blue, and hopefully it's showing up. It's called Pansy, like the flower. It has blues and like a grayish eggplant color, and then going into a pretty lavender. It's really quite nice. And then this is called Charcoal, I believe, Shadow, excuse me, which is like a, yeah, it's black and a darker charcoal color. I don't know quite how gradient that is going to be, so that'll be interesting when I work it up. To me, this is going to be more tonal. Okay, so it's, you know, these are our gradient self-striping, but there is a bit of lighter color in there. Hopefully that's showing up okay too. All right, I love this yarn. Oh, I just think it's just wonderful. It's soft, it has that bit of a fuzz halo to it, but in a good way. It just adds as interest, and it has good stitch definition, as you will see, and so much softness. And it's 61% cotton and 39% acrylic. These are 8 ounces, 227 grams, 481 yards to this, which is fantastic. I forgot this type of construction, like a knitted tubular, where I'm pretty sure it appears to me then that the cotton is then blown into the tube, and that's what makes it a little bit airy, a little bit lighter. I might be mistaken on that, but I mean, that's what it looks like to me. And this one is called Rose. A rose is a rose is a rose by any other name. Yeah, I think that's gorgeous. Another semi-tonal. Let me pull out a bit of the centers without wrecking it. So that is more of a tonal, but it's stunning to me. It has the pink and the rose color and berry tones in it, and even like leaning a little towards the watermelon, like a juice punch color, like a juice type punch color. That is so pretty, don't you think? I really enjoy this yarn so much. It does, if you're new to crochet, just a little heads up on that, because of the bit of the halo, which is the fuzz, it does tend to catch on itself crocheting, so that if you have to go to pull it out, just be very careful, because if it catches on itself, you'll have to separate that little section and then go on. I would just go real slowly with that. Okay, so I did a large granny square, and I did block it, and this is the one in the color Pansy. So the eggplant, grayish eggplant colors do show up a little bit more, but here we go. I'll bring it up close and personal. Then I'll pan out a little bit. There you can see, all the colors, hopefully. Did I do okay? There we go. That's the front side. And I have plans for this, and I'm attempting something for the first time with it too. So once I have it all worked out, I will be back with a tutorial for that as well. But first up, get that hat going, because it is officially summer. And by the way, happy summer, everyone. Oh, it's just so soft. And once you work it up, the fuzzy part, I mean, it integrates well enough with the yarn. It adds to the softness. I like that. And it fills in some of the gaps, like the gap spaces between the stitches a little bit too. Gives it a little more substance, yet it is so light because of how I explained how I think that the cotton is blown in. Okay, so I do believe that is what I had to show you today. All right, so now let's take a look at the other colors. All right, here we go with the new colors that my Michaels had in stock. Up top, this one is called Dandelion. Very fresh for the summer, I think. That could be a very fun one for a variety of projects. That's the rose that I got. And this one, Azalea, is the color very similar to that beautiful coral and pink combination that I like so much and was discontinued. So that's a beautiful replacement for that. And then here's the Pansy that I just showed you, and in the fluorescent lighting you can see the colors pretty well. And to the right, this one is called Crocus, with the blues, the aquas, and pinks there, and then Shadow, the other one I showed you that I got. And so this is what's left in the bins, and some were completely empty, so it's showing some of the new colors that will be coming available. To the right, there's a color coming in called Blue Orchid. Doesn't that sound exciting? And to the left here, Denim a Daze, D-A-Z-E. So bringing in a new denim color, yay! And then I noticed one more to the far right called Blue Geranium. That sounds like it could be a really fun one, bright, cheery, happy colors. So I am really looking forward to checking those out when they come in too. Then I tootled on over next door to Hobby Lobby for a quick view to see if there's anything new. I did notice a lot of empty bins and spaces on the shelves, so I'm really hoping they're going to fill it with some nicer and new yarns again, some of the natural fibers and blends that I loved so much and have really missed and have been holding out for. So we shall see. But in the meantime, this one caught my eye. I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me. Chromatic Spectrum, 100% acrylic, beautiful marled self-striping gradient, really nice color combinations, one of my favorite types of yarn, and it's very reminiscent to me of the dazzling yarn that Hobby Lobby used to carry, but without the sparkle and the way the color changes go from one to the next. Well, that is it for today's episode. Thank you, my fiber friends, for being here. I hope to see you again very soon for this tutorial, and until then, take good care.